Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I am going to be reacting to Florence and the Machine Dance Fever, and I feel really late to it. And I know that everyone's been like, Dance Fever, where is it? And checking my channel and seeing when it's coming out. I know. But I'm really excited to get into it. It's just my life is busy. Yeah, and I always wish I could do it on the day, and some albums I do that, but then there's some moments where I'm like, I literally can't. But in a way, this might be best because then you've had a chance, like a good week, to have listened to it yourself and see what you like about it. So then maybe it's more refreshing to see my reaction like this. But anyway, I'm excited to actually get into it. I've not heard any songs from this era yet, and I did that on purpose. I'd only just listened to High as Hope, and when I was going to London, I think it was actually when I was coming home from London, I played that whole album in its entirety in the car, and I just really felt it, again, but more so listening to it, because I don't know why, but when I listen to something in the car, I always feel really connected to it, because it's that traveling feeling and you're listening to music. It's something kind of beautiful about that. But anyway, it just solidified my love for Florence and the Machine even more. How funny as well, I look back on my old video, the first video I did, and how I was like, it's okay, and now I'm like, no, I get it. I think she's wonderful. I think she's such a beautiful embodiment of emotion and like femininity in some ways. Just something about her I feel very drawn to. So I got my hair in for Florence today. I know it's straight and not wiggly, but whatever. So yeah, I can't wait, so let's bloody well get into it. But if you'd like to become a patron and see this whole thing uncut, then it'll be on Patreon right now. And also you can join to do live streams, which is the middle tier, which is super fun. And you can join top tier when it's open. Also, I have a tip jar now, and that is basically if you want to give me a tip, you like what I'm doing, you like the work I'm putting in, and so on like that. So tip me, baby. Also, I'm looking to get a new chair, at least for next month, because this one, not with my back. It's extremely just, not great. So I'm going to get one of those mesh chairs that are like really good and have the lumbar bit and all of that. So I'm excited to get it. And I never thought I'd be able to get something like that. But thanks to patrons and a tip jar, that I'm going to be able to do something. And it's really amazing because it's for my health, and it feels kind of nice to get myself something. I literally don't really buy myself things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So become Patreon, tip me if you want. Also, sorry, I know this is a big old long thing, but if you have any music that you want me to react to, then you can tip me, but talk to me on Instagram first. We work out like a little price sort of thing. Normally a singular song I've done for $7. If you want 5 songs, we'll work that out. If you want an album, we work that out. You know what I mean? But it's been really fun. I've reacted to a few subscribers' music now, and oh my gosh, I get blown away by it. Like, that such creative people are following me. Wow. But follow me on Instagram. I should follow you back. Like and subscribe. Comment, because I love reading your comments. Now let's get into it. Enough of that. Enough of the promotion. Yeah? God, what do you think I am? Some sort of money-hungry fiend? Holy water! Sorry, that just flew out of me. Burn your kingdom down. That's been in my head, actually. It's probably why I've done my makeup kind of like dark red and stuff, because that song's been in my head all morning. Yeah, that's probably why that happens sometimes. Right, anyway, I'm blabbering. It's going to be one of those ones where I'm just I'm just going to do the regular version, and if you want me to react to bonus tracks, I'm pretty sure I will. There's still so much more Florence I want to react to. There's so much, like with her acoustics and lives and stuff. I said I'd do that last time, didn't I? And it never got around to happening. Honestly, my brain is like a sieve. and also like with the amount of stuff that I do have to do, especially for like patron requests and other sort of things coming out, new albums coming out, my mind just goes out the window. So I really do apologise for that. Please be patient with me and forgive me. I am just like that, but I'm here doing this now, so let's just think about this. Okay, I feel like it's quite dark, this video, but I don't want to mess with the lighting too much, so let's just have it dark. Okay, the first song is called King. Okay, I'm excited. It's like a fade in.
We argue in the kitchen about whether to have children.
Okay, I like it already.
That is the thing that hurts the most. You need to go to war to find material to sing. I'm king.
Okay, before it gets into the chorus, I have to say, absolutely just love the boom, 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 boom. It's warm, and then her vocal with the gorgeous reverb on it. It sounds like it's like you're in a really intimate like live concert where it's not a lot of people, but she's almost like singing to everyone, and you can hear the smile in her voice. We argue in the kitchen about whether to have children. It's not we argue in the kitchen about whether to have children. That goes at a very she's got more of a about the world ending a scale of my ambition. I don't know what the melody was, but you can literally hear the da 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 rather than a da 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 da, and it gives it that delicate sweetness. Actually, I find that really interesting. You could hear it though, like, well, I can.
To sing, I am a mother.
Yeah.
I'm a bride.
I'm a bride.
My empty halls to echo with grand self-mythology.
I got chills already.
I am no mother.
Oh,
I am no bride.
I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love this, aren't I? I'm gonna love it.
Never knew my killer would be coming from within. I'm a bride.
Oh, that.
I'm king.
Oh, see, she changes it up. I am no mother. I am no bride. I am king. Literally went from to you know, the cry tones are just like there. They're in your face. You, yes. Oh, it gives such a maturity to the voice too.
I am no mother, I am no bride, I am king. No mother, I'm no bride, I'm king.
I love it. This is a fucking phenomenal song. Oh my gosh!
Distract me by my hair and back home with shout.
The instrumental. Oh my god. It's one of those ones where, like, before doing this, I was sweating and I was going, oh god, I'm boiling hot. And then I started to, like, now I've got goosebumps all over my leg. I can't even really show you, but they're like, I'm freezing. I love it. Every moment of that song I loved. I get it now. I get Florence. I get her. And I get that. Oh my gosh. Someone needs to cut like one of my reactions from the first video to now, and just the difference is mad. I guess I just like her like later stuff, maybe. I don't know. But oh my god. The way it just, I don't even know how to describe it all, but I just like the whole dun, 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 and all the melodies, like the chords, the melodies, the words, the vocals, every moment, the bit where it explodes, the bit where it's calm, all of it. There's nothing I don't like about it. Okay, what I'm going to do is read a bit about it because I think I will just end up talking about this one song for like 10 minutes out. King is the first single from Florence and the Machine's 5th studio album, Dance Fever. Also, the production, fucking phenomenal. Remember, I always kind of commented on Florence's production being a bit like, no, this is magical, perfect. Anyway, the lyrics depict Florence Welch struggling with the desire of going on with her career and a silent wish of having children, as explained by the artist in April 2022 interview with Vogue. In her head, those feelings are opposite and don't go well together because she can't see how kids could fit into her lifestyle. I was wondering about that. I am not, I'm no mother, I'm no wife, I am king. When I was hearing that, I was thinking, does she mean it in a way of like, she doesn't want to be those things, she's king? Or is she saying it in a way, because when she had the cry tone, at first it sounded happy, like, yeah, I'm none of these things, and maybe at the start of the career that's felt great, but as she gets older, it became, when she sang it started to get sadder, and maybe that like resembles age, and she started to feel like, oh, I'm not those things, I'm king. I think that came across really well. The whole crux of the song is that you're torn between the two. The thing I've always been sure of is my work, but I do start to feel this shifting of priorities, the sense of like, maybe I want something different. The song was first teased in a letter sent out to some fans on February 21st, which is my daughter's birthday. That said Chapter 1 and had a card inside. On the following day, billboards throughout London had the same card. I saw loads of Florence billboards, by the way, when I went to London a week or two ago. A couple of weeks ago, there was so much Florence billboards. I was like, hey Queen. On the following day, billboards throughout London had the same card displayed, and the band's website was updated with 15 cards, and the first one being The King, and an announcement that new music would be coming soon. Oh, I love it. Okay, right, we're on song 1. I need to, get this going. Okay, next song is called Free. What? Okay, definitely not expecting that. I like that. Yeah. Spits me out. Oh, the vocal. All right, okay. So much to say. The synthy sound, boom, 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 again with the. Okay, I like that. Little bit of folky strings that come in here and there, and you could hear them delicately around. It gives it that element of folk over this kind of dancey, kind of synthy boom, boom, boom sound. Love the combo. I like that picks me up, puts me down, and it's on repeat. So picks me up, puts me down, picks me up 100 times a day, and she's showing how much it goes on and on and on by saying it so much. Okay, also, I wanted to say, in one of my Kate Bush video, someone said, oh, I wonder how you can sing along so well. Like, how do you sing along so well to the song sort of thing? And number one, thank you. Thanks, because I don't always, trust me. If you watch this unedited, if you're watching this unedited, I do screw up a lot, but I try and like mute little bits, so the bits that I screw up I mute. But anyway, I have got the lyrics in front of me. I studied music in university. I've sang my whole life, and I absolutely love doing harmonies. I'm in a duo with my sister where I sing harmonies. Also, it's not too hard to guess a melody. You just guess a melody and you put something over the top. And like I said, you take a risk. It can either go terribly wrong or terribly right. And I've kind of got Florence's nuance, so I find that doing it to Florence is working quite well. But there will be mess ups. So yeah, it's not that I've heard the songs before. It's not that I've you know, quickly listened to them and then went, oh, okay, let's pretend I know. It's not, you know, I don't see the point in that. Why these videos wouldn't go very well if I pretended to react to them. I mean, why would I even do this? It would be boring for me, like incredibly boring, because my favourite part is not knowing. That's the point, is that I haven't heard it, so I could feel it, and it just shocks me, like, oh God. I mean, I wish I could do videos of me, like, reacting to an album a couple months later, after I've already reacted to it, just to be like, oh, I know it now. But that's not the same vibe at all. So yeah, I sing along. Sometimes it works because yeah, I just know what I'm doing, or I know somewhat what I'm doing, and it works out sometimes. And obviously I cut it down for YouTube, so I keep, you know, the bits in that sound okay. I'm not going to be keeping in bits where I'm like, ah. But yeah, I thought I'd mention that. Anyway.
Puts me down.
So that was a bad one. Just talking about it. That's gorgeous. Wow, I know the feeling.
In the face of suffering and death, and somehow still keep singing. Nothing else that I know how to do but to open up my arms and give it all to you.
Ready?
I am free. I am free.
Yes. Violin. That's so nice. Oh, what a Okay, so the first thing that popped into my mind is, on the weekend I went out with my friend and my parents. I know it sounds hilarious, but like, I only like going out in my hometown if my parents are out as well. I just feel like they've all got like great friends, everyone knows them, they're such good sports. Like, my mum's so fun and so sweet, and my dad is like funny too, and I always just feel safe and I feel happy when I'm with them, and I see my friends too, but it's like, it's just a nice feeling. I got a good relationship with them, especially in my adult years. But yeah, I remember on Saturday there was a band playing in one of the bars, and I don't know what's happened to me recently, but I just like, I don't know whether it's age or what, but I just don't like care what people think of me as much anymore. Maybe it's also doing YouTube, because I do get like annoying comments as well that I'm like, in some ways you just have to get over it, you know. You might read one and go, oh, fuck off, but then you have to, you know, find a way to be like, okay, but you know, get over it. It is annoying, but you got to get over it. So in some ways I kind of don't care so much, weirdly. But anyway, there's a band playing, and I you know, I had a little smoky smoke, you know, and I've obviously had a drink, but I was very calm, cool, collected, whatever. And I just kind of walked into the crowd, and it was very busy. And I walked and I just stood like in the second row, kind of, everyone's dancing. And I just kind of put my arms up, and I was on my own, and like everyone else, you know, my friends and family are doing stuff, but I just kind of headed right into the middle and just started dancing with my eyes closed, you know, like a big old hippie, which I am. And I just like lost myself in it and felt happy, and no one cared. Everyone was dancing. They were dancing with their friends, and I was dancing alone, but people were looking at me and they were grabbing me going, oh, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, and I'm quite tall as well, so I'm like, ha ha ha, like a big palm tree, ha ha ha, you know. But you know, so this song, you know, for a moment when I'm dancing, I am free. And yeah, I felt free of any kind of like judgment, criticism, pain, anything I feel in my week, any anxiety, anything. And it's not just from the smoky smoke and the drink, it was from dancing and the music just filling my ears and just being free. So I get that. But I am going to read what it's about. It's beautiful. This is really beautiful, isn't it? Woo.
5 days before being released as Dance Fever's fourth single, Florence and the Machine debuted Free along with Girls Against God, live during their intimate show at Newcastle's O2 City Hall. The following day, the band played Free again during a second intimate show at King George's Hall in Blackburn. Before performing the uplifting track, Florence Welch commented, "This one's about my anxiety." The lyrical content of the song explores how dancing affects Florence Welch and her anxiety, as seen in the chorus. This directly relates to Dance Fever itself. The music video of the song features English actor Bill Nye playing Florence's anxiety character. I want to watch that. The music video is as displayed on its final seconds. Dedicated to the spirit, creativity and perseverance of our brave Ukrainian friends. Filmed in Kiev on 18th of November with Ukrainian filmmakers and artists whose radiant freedom can never be extinguished. Florence has said, "Ironically, Free was actually the last song I wrote before the first lockdown. It's a song about my anxiety and how I process it, and this feeling that it's just something that's been with me my whole life. And even as my life stabilises and is essentially calmer."
I relate to this, by the way. I really relate to it.
"Anxiety is just still there. I was trying to understand what it is and how essentially when I'm playing or I'm making music or I'm in the flow of creativity, it goes away. So it's kind of a push and pull through the song of the anxiety and in the song itself taking it out of the way and dancing and feeling free."
Of course, yeah, I get it. And I feel the same when I'm not being creative. I feel a lot of anxiety, a lot of it. And you probably wouldn't think I'm an anxious person with the way I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So if you think about it, I'm literally on my own in my room. So of course I'm going to be like, yee, and not care because there's literally no one here but me. And of course you, but you know. Yeah, so beautiful. I get it. And also I get like the whole life calming out and so on. Like my early 20s were something else. And then, you know, as I got a bit like to 24, 25, 26, 27, everything just started to soothe out. But yeah, anxiety can still remain, sometimes for no reason at all. Sometimes I think when you feel anxiety for no real reason, there's something under that you're not doing that you should be doing, if that makes sense. So if you're feeling a bit lost and you don't know what you're doing, you're meant to probably be doing something else. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I tried watching a TV show yesterday and my mind was doing ADHD. I wasn't listening. I was like, well, I'm not meant to be doing this right now. I'm meant to be doing something else. So I went and did something else and I was fine. You know, sometimes anxiety, when it arises out of nowhere, you've got to kind of have a look and go, wait, what am I doing right now that doesn't make sense? And change it, you know? But, you know, I'm not a doctor. I've been recording for 30 minutes and I've just finished song 2. This is going to be crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do this. I'm just on a mad one. Okay, next one is called Choreomania. Choreomania. Okay.
And I'm freaking out in the middle of the street.
Ooh, spoken word.
But I am committed now to the feeling.
Oh, I'm committed to it now, so.
Suddenly I'm dancing to imaginary music.
I do that all the time.
Something's coming.
It says that this is the chorus.
Myself today.
Interesting. So low key.
About her driving around in the backseat of a car. I'll be your daddy. Speak to you, 'cause they speak to me too. Something's coming, so out of breath. I just kept spinning and I danced myself to death.
Very clever.
So out of breath.
Sometimes I just don't know what to say. It's like I have so much to say, but I don't know how to put it into words. You're just gonna have to read my face. Just read it through the face because I don't know what to say. But what and that's talk about the verse. The verse was it reminded me of Kate Bush a little bit. You know, I've reacted to Kate Bush now. Also the chorus, the way it picked up on the beat, and you know she's saying something's coming, so out of breath, and you know the pace there picked up. You know, makes sense. That's all I'm saying. Okay, yeah.
You say that rock and roll is dead, but is that just because it has not been resurrected in
abrupt stop. Okay. Gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, sorry. My eyes are watering. Okay, Florence said something like, I got really fascinated by this dance plague that happened in the 16th century. It's known as Choreomania, and there's a song on the album called Choreomania, and that was one of the first songs I wrote for the record. Oh, cool. Yeah, I did hear something about that, about a song that was meant to be about that. Yeah, I'm not going to read too much into it because this video's getting long, but you know, right, I loved it. Loved it. What can I say? Bloody brilliant. Whew. Next one was called Back in Town. Ooh, the way that's so far away. Like a church in a church down the road, you know, as you're walking closer to it.
Never really been alive before. Always lived in my head. It's easier hungover and half dead.
Wow.
The full moon shines down on these dirty streets. I came for the pleasure, but I stayed for the pain. If you get spat on, that's just your big city baptism. You're the star of the show. Throw our dreams out, let them pile up on the streets. It was always just an empty room. I came for the pleasure, but I stayed. Yes, I stayed.
Wow, what a lovely little moment, like a hymn. Beautiful church choir, gospel-y in some ways too. You know that part where it was like, pain? That really reminded me of something. The melody reminded me of another song. I don't know, it was just very jazzy and bluesy though. That one actually kind of brought me down to earth a little bit, and I think I needed that. So very good song placement. I love little moments like that, especially from Florence, and you know when she just has the moments where her voice is the predominant, you know, feature as well, the backing vocals. It really just gets that place in your heart that I don't know, it just captures something inside you that, yeah, like I said, brought me down to earth, made me feel very feet on the ground in the moment, and just listening to the absolute mastery of her vocals. Wonderful. Okay. All right, next one was called Girls Against God. This is incredible so far. I've liked them all. I like the way that they start, you know. There's been quite a lot of fade-ins and a lot of like like drum bits, or like, you know, the starts have been like minimal, and I don't know, apart from 3 where it started quite synth heavy. But yeah, anyway.
Maybe when someone looks at me with real love, I don't like it very much. And it's good to be alive, crying into cereal at midnight.
Oh.
Let it out. You'll be sorry that you messed with me.
Oh. Oh.
Remember being in that basement with Tom. Oh, tell me it's not over yet.
Oh my god.
In my
actually it's funny because, you know, she said, remember being in that basement and then the reverb like changed. It sounded like she was, yeah, underground, but also reverb can often feel like you're remembering something. So it was like a double thing. Remember being in the basement, underground, remember meaning memory, and the reverb took place there. And yeah, that was really cool. Love this one as well. Loving the guitar and the way it like boom boom back into the verse too. This is just everything I love about music.
As my sister said, I'd probably last 6 days. It's good to be alive, crying in this.
Sorry, I love the way it surges like, and then, oh, it's good to be alive, and it's all like a light. It's gorgeous.
Let it out.
That's interesting. If they ever let me out, I'm gonna really let it out. Like, what does that mean? Let me out of where? For some reason, I thought of like a psych ward. I know it sounds silly, but like, you know, if they ever let me out of this, where they, you know, not literally, but like, if they ever let me out of this kind of captivity I'm in, or, you know, maybe it could be labels, producers, or, you know what I mean? Like, if they let her be free, she's saying she's going to really let it out. I don't know, that could be completely off, but I'll look into it after, I think.
Wage holy war. It looked very much like staring at my bedroom floor.
Oh.
No, I may not look like much.
Another screaming speck of dust.
It's sorry that you messed with God. Crying in a sleepy
Is this the same song?
Golden heart or a golden voice.
Ooh, that was the end of that. Hang on. I met the devil, you know, he gave me a choice, a golden heart or a golden voice. Saying she kind of sold her soul to the devil. That's something. That is something. Right, I'm going to read what Florence has actually said.
For me, gigs and shows is where I find my experience of spirituality, and that's where God is for me. In these rooms with you, sorry. And I've seen so much love in these halls from my 10 to 15 years. So I was having a kind of complete spiritual collapse at the shutting down of all shows and all faces I felt connected. I cannot read. And all faces I felt connected to. So I kind of imagined an army of furious girls in their pajamas waging war on heaven.
Okay, so she's basically talking about heaven. And she's talking about, like, you know, when she was saying, when they let me out, I'm going to let it all out. Yeah, so it's more like being locked down, in captivity. Yeah, okay. So not a psych ward, but I guess it did end up feeling like a psych ward when you're trapped in your house for that long. But anyway.
Because I was very, very angry and I was in my pajamas most of the time. So this song is kind of about that feeling, and it's called Girls Against God.
Oh, amazing. Very cool. Oh, she is wonderful, isn't she? Okay, but now it's going to Dream Girl Evil. And I wonder if the last bit of Girls Against God kind of was meant to lead into this moment now. I guess.
Well, did you miss me?
Uh-oh.
Walk on water just to kiss me.
I think we know I'm going to love this one. I can already hear it. The menacing, the sexy, the dark vibe. Right, here we go.
I've been expecting you, I'm ready. Deliver me that bad news, baby.
Oh, the soul. Ooh.
Think of me in bed.
Giving me Stevie Nicks all over the shop.
Feather in your hair. mommy make you sad? Make me perfect, make me your fantasy.
Ooh, I like that. I can't help but sing to this. Yes, I want to see this live. Oh, I told you I'd love it. I told you. Well, you knew it. It was obvious. Ooh, I told you. And also, I'm sorry, I sang for most of the song. I know some, you know, a lot of people would say, I love it when you sing on it, but the whole song. I'm sorry, I really took over on that one, didn't I? It's just she was singing so good and the vibe was so good. I just wanted, I know, in my head I'm with Florence, singing with her, screaming with her, flying around, and that's a song for me. That's a song for me. Okay? But you know, the vibes I like now. You know. It was perfect, perfection. How can this album just keep doing this? Oh, you know how much I liked, and you need a big God, big enough to fill you up. You know how much I love that one. And also, 7 devils all around me. And also, could you have it any other way? I couldn't have it any other way. Those moments, you know, it goes, and it's dark, and it's moody. There's that feeling of pain in it. Love it. Okay. Florence has said, okay. So I'm going to read it.
Dream Girl Evil is a satirical response to the expectations society placed upon women. And to Florence, being seen as both an angel and a devil, when she feels a great responsibility to both these visions and would like to be seen as simply human. The song continues the album's theme of good versus evil, being a woman in a male-dominated world, and self-parody. Florence described the track as liberating to write.
Oh, I feel you, babe. I feel liberated listening. Oh my God. Right, let's move on because we're an hour in and we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 songs to go. You can see why I'm not doing the deluxe version, can't you? Oh, if it's your first time here, then yeah, these videos are mad. But I hope you're enjoying. Okay, next song is called Prayer Factory. It's like a little interlude, so I guess it's just, you know, middle of the album, so. Oh, how moody is that?
Bring as close to me as I can, gripping hotel sheets with gritted teeth and smile, shining trinkets of grief.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Oh, I could have had a full song of that, you know. Well, you know I could. You know I could. I'm gonna state it. Florence is my new favourite artist of today. She's my new favourite. I love her. I love all her music now. Like, okay, I'm getting a bit carried away, but this album is so good that Florence is my new idol. She's my icon. I'm obsessed with her. I love her. Florence and the Machine. She needs to be on my wall. I need a poster of her. You know, I've got Marina, I've got Audrey Hepburn, I've got Lady Gaga, I've got Lana Del Rey. I need Florence. I don't know what's happened to me, but I'm good with it. I love her so much. I love her so much. I love her. I relate. Oh my God, an obsession has formed. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Cassandra. I'm so happy right now.
I used to see the future and now I see nothing. They crying like Cassandra. They cut out my tongue and left me doing laundry to thinking what I've done to the future. Bring it all back, let it bleed through my...
Just when I think it's going to be a soft little moment. And then it's okay.
Try and keep me out. Gardens overgrown, run in the middle of the road.
Okay, I also wanted to mention, I think why I'm loving these songs so much is they've got a very, they remind me of like the 60s a lot. Like, and she's done this to me before, but they remind me of the 60s. There's a lot of churchy feelings to them, a lot of soul, a lot of blues, a lot of psychedelic sounds too. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, you know, it's all psychedelic, trippy, man, but like the Doors were, you know, psychedelic, and they had like, it's the chords that are used, you know, the chord progressions. They had those very, I think there must be a lot of major and minor sevenths or something going on, because heavenly chords and freedom chords, I like to call them, they feel like freedom. You hear it and you feel like you're at a festival. You feel like you're kind of gliding on this like, I don't know, this sonic wave almost. There's something to it, and I think that's why I'm loving it so much, along with many other things. Like her voice, like the words.
I cannot see you.
Oh, God. Can you hear that guitar?
Heaven is not overrated.
Hear that organ?
And the churches, they'll close their doors. Look with wonder on the world as the roses bloom. You see me, I cannot, everything I do is falling out of you. And it's the color left to sing to.
So haunting, this one.
Take me back.
Okay, I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't pause it right now, but I have to, because I have to mention, because there's been a few times in her songs where she's done these ooh sounds, right? And more than ever before, they have gotten the sound effects on her voice on this level of clarity that I've never heard. So you can really hear the it's got that operatic sound, rather than a but she's got the perfect mix of the nasal in there to make it right, which is so beautiful in itself. But they've got the perfect type of reverb on it that makes it literally sound like a siren. And it's something I noticed with Marina and the Diamonds. Her voice has that very sound to it, and they always use a very good reverb effect on it. And Florence has done this like same thing throughout this album, and I've noticed it through many of the songs, and I had to say it because it sounds clearer, more like water than ever, and icy blue almost. It's angelic. I'm just really glad that that type of vocal has been used throughout. But anyway, I'll go back a slight bit. It's also doubled.
Take me back, oh drunken gods of slaughter.
Vampiric.
You see me.
Wow!
I cannot see you. Fast enough.
Oh yeah!
Could I flatten in my
abrupt stop again. Fucking hell, another absolutely extraordinary song. I can't get over these songs. Right, I'm gonna read what it's about. You know, for me, when I was listening to it, a lot of it, you know, as she's talked about quarantine already on the album, it felt like she was talking about that again and how sad she was about it, sort of thing. But I'm going to read this and see.
Cassandra is a Greek mythological figure cursed by Apollo to tell true prophecies that would never be believed. She predicted the fall of Troy, but no one listened. Talking to Spotify and also during her live shows, Florence speaks of how her music seems to anticipate future events. For example, June, hold on to each other prior to the pandemic. Just as Cassandra predicted the future only to be cursed, to be thought of as a liar, Florence felt similarly when the pandemic hit, COVID hit, and condemned her to isolation.
Oh, that's cool. So she almost feels like she predicted something happening, that where we were going to need each other and need to keep each other strong through troubling times. Wow, that's really cool, actually. I like that. She's a prophet. Well, she's a witch after all. Okay, next song is called Heaven is Here.
Yourself, bring your cigarette. Draw me a circle and I'll protect. Oh, bring your bottle.
The drum gets even beastier. Gotta drink every drop.
My Catholic taste than the devil. And with my
Can you hear that backing vocal, that cut up vocal?
to pull me up to heaven.
Ooh. What in the little moment was that? It was kind of Western. It felt like a ritual. It felt Spanish. It felt like a million different things, and like I could almost see them, dancing around a fire in the moment. Okay, Heaven is Here, second single, actually. Wow, that was a single? It's so short. Florence was explained that during lockdown she wanted to make something monstrous, and Heaven is Here and a clamour of joy, fury and grief.
That is the song, was the first thing that came out. I don't know, that was written quite strange. Anyway, anything else? Okay, Florence has said, Heaven is Here was the first song I wrote in lockdown after an extended period of not being able to get to the studio. I wanted to make something monstrous, and this clamour of joy, fury and grief was the first thing that came out.
I get it.
The dance studio is also shut. It was my dream to one day create choreography with it. So it's one of the first pieces of music I've made specifically with contemporary dance in mind.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, so I guess now I get why it's a single, because she wanted to display the dancing to it as well. Like I said, I could see people dancing around a fire to it, so absolutely amazing. Okay, I loved that moment. Next one was called Daffodil.
I couldn't help it, yes, I let it get it. Optimism of spring.
She's talked about spring in that way before, hasn't she? Like optimism of spring, or maybe I thought spring came too early. I can't remember the exact line she said, but she said thing. Oh yeah, that's it. South London forever, and there's a special kind of sadness that seems to come with spring. She's talked about it before. Yeah, I don't know why I remembered that really well. Well, not that well. I didn't actually remember the line, did I? But
Bent double from weeping, and yet the birds begin to sing.
the bass. Sorry, but how can there be so many songs that are just my taste? But also, as she went, whatever she did. And the bass went doom, 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 doom. And it just went down and down and down. And then that dark, Sevdelisa-ish kind of moment, that dark, vampiric moment again. And then Daffodil, Daffodil, whatever she did. Not that. She didn't do that. But she did something incredible. Okay, I'm going back a bit, okay?
Daffodil, I drank every scar that I could.
Yeah, baby.
Daffodil, every night, raising the dead under the moonlight. It's no good. I drank all the blood that I could. Future in the face of her.
I like that. I can like imagine her riding like dark horses, like through like a crimson sky and like dark kind of mountains in like a long red flowing dress. And you know, she talked about daffodils, but I feel like they're on this journey and she's got this daffodil in her hand and you know, she looks into it to see where to go, almost like she could see the future in the daffodil, but she looks at it and it almost tells her the direction to go weirdly. I know this is a bit of a random thing, but I can really see it.
She has come to kiss my face and tell me I'm the chosen one, hanging on by the skin of our teeth. Drunken joke, there is no good. I drank every sky that I could.
I love that.
Daffodil.
Holy fuck, that just kind of ascended. Oh my god! Right, I'm going to read what it's about.
In Daffodil, Florence Welsh develops on the subject of finding happiness in small moments of life, as she previously did in Florence and the Machine's fourth studio album, Highest Hope. The pandemic took from her some of those small moments, such as walking out to get coffee and pick flowers. The daffodil is a small yellow flower, also known as narcissus, which was adopted as the national flower of Wales. It is also Florence's father's favourite flower, which made her interested in them. A few days after Dance Fever was released,
Jank? I cannot speak, can I?
Jack Antonoff, one of the record's producers, shared a photo of Florence Welsh in studio with a bouquet of daffodils.
How sweet is that? So in a way, the daffodils kind of resemble some sort of happiness. And in a way, when I was saying about she keeps looking at it to find a future, I guess she's looking for happiness again in dark times. Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. I'm at a loss. I just kind of like, it almost feels weird to like every song, because that's not even like me for most albums, you know. There's always one that I'm like, I liked it but I didn't love it, but I can easily say I've loved them all, and I feel like there's a trick being played. Anyway, next one's called My Love. Oh. Wow. Wait. I almost wasn't sure that she was actually holding that note. I was wondering if they might have, you know, messed with it, you know, to, you can go, ah. If you do it straight enough, you can just take that and repeat it and blend it, right? To make it long, you know. I've said about this the other day with James Blake, but you know, think of the song "Raise You Like I Should," and it just goes on and on and on and on. Obviously, he's not genuinely doing that the whole song, is he? But I was thinking, is she actually holding that note? And then she goes, ah, like she goes up in that bit. And I have a feeling, I mean, I already know that she can hold notes for a long time. I think someone told me her longest was something, I can't remember what it was, but that was a hell of a long one. 30 seconds at least. That breath control is actually insanity.
Song always made sense to me.
This one has a bit of disco or dance to it.
There is nothing to describe except the moon still bright against the warring sky. So tell me where to put my love. Do I wait for time to do what it does?
Was this a single? Because you remember that time I told you that I had a dream that I heard Florence's new album? And I said it was like purple and blue. This one's very purple and blue. And it's like making me think of things. Maybe I heard it, maybe I heard a fraction of it somewhere by accident or something, you know? Because it's familiar, but mainly because of the colours I'm seeing and my dream. That's really weird, but I like it.
Came in stranger than I had ever imagined. No cracking open of heaven. I don't know where to put my love. No time to do what it does. My arms empty, the sky's empty, the billboard's empty. So tell me where to put my love. The sky's empty, the billboard's empty.
Wow! What a fun, but like emotional one. Oh, it's still going! Oh, just hear that gorgeous guitar. Okay. Yeah, sorry about my disco moves, but it felt fitting. Okay, you know, I am a mum after all, but yeah, I love that, and it was a bit different from some of the others on the album actually, but actually very emotional. I know I was dancing all funny and silly to it, but that's because it was still a fun song with very true and authentic emotional lyrics, and I really understand that. Again, this whole album just feels like a super, like, it's like a pandemic album, and I thought like those kind of albums were done with, but no. But no, it's cool because we did all go through it, we all felt it, and it's really nice that she, you know, what else are you meant to bloody write about in those moments? But in the weirdest way, I think this is my favourite album from her because there's no skips, and actually High as Hope, there wasn't any skips for me either, but this one is more songs for one, and has everything I love. I can't even explain it, but you know. Yeah, so she was having writer's block by the looks of it, and hard time adjusting to the world shifted. Yeah, definitely understand that. She's also said, sometimes the biggest dance songs, I think, have a really sad core to them, of course, and that's why I was going for it. Wow, okay, brilliant. Next one is called Restraint. Oh, also, number one sounds gorgeous, but number two, obviously Jack Antonoff helped produce this and so on, and I think that has a big reason to why the quality of the music is so damn good as well, and I think there's a really good combination, Florence and Jack Antonoff for sure, because obviously Jack Antonoff did Lord's Solar Power, also did Lana Del Rey, recent Norman effing Rockwell, and I think the other one, I don't know, but last three, I think. So yeah, you can definitely hear the qualities, but funnily enough, in this one, his production is on a bigger level, whereas with the Lord and with Lana Del Rey, they were a bit more low-key, muffled background sounds in some ways, whereas this has more of the Florence feel to it. I feel like Florence had a lot of say in what she wanted for this, and I think the combination has made something incredible for the both of them. What a beautiful, wonderful duo. I am obsessed. Like, yeah, it worked out so well. Anyway. Ooh.
Restraint. Oh. Quiet enough for you yet.
Wow. So much like Western moments. That's so scary. That's really scary, but really good. Again, if you haven't heard of lingua ignota, they're not like at all the same in music. But there are weirdly moments that are so damn similar. And it's like, what? Like, I don't know why. It just like, it always strikes me. And I've said it a few times. But I feel like people who listen to Florence and the Machine might not really like lingua stuff. But you might. I know a few that do. So I'm not saying it like, you know, black and white. It is very different though. But there are moments that remind me of lingua for sure. That whole... that creak vocal for sure, the fry tones. I mean, yeah. Whew, okay, next one is called The Bomb. The breath again. She did that on another song, didn't she? It was more powerful last time. Like, oh, this one's pretty.
You said this could have been the best thing that ever happened to you. Carnivorous flower, and I stare at your hands in the heat, and most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
Love you, you wouldn't want me, would you?
I'm freezing again.
The only thing that turns you on.
Damn.
Torn apart my life for you, and bodies hit the floor for you, and break me, shake me, devastate me. Come here, baby. Tell me I don't love you, I just love the bomb. Torn apart my life for you, and
bodies hit the floor for you,
and break me, shake me, devastate me. Come here, baby. I don't love you, I just love the bomb. I let it. Sometimes you get the girl, sometimes you get the song.
Oh, that's so clever. There's a lot of clever moments in that, actually. The lyrics. Sometimes you get the girl, sometimes you get the song. I love that. Well, that whole song just sounds like about, in a way, she's talking about someone again, the person who ghosts her, the person who doesn't want her when she wants them. They only want her when she's unavailable, when they can't have her. And it's toxic, And it's sad that she's still singing about it in a way, because it's like, oh, is it still going with this person? Really? Oh, I hope they buggered off by now. But anyway.
She says there's a lot of nods, I think, to the previous records. All three of them are in this album, which is nice because I feel like somehow I'm bridging the gap between all of them on this record. Like all the things I've been interested in. This song is nodding to what I was thinking about in terms of unavailability in people. In Highest Hope, in songs like Big God, with like the obsession of someone who'll never text you back. Why is the person who creates the most space and gives you nothing the most appealing person? And really that's because if you're a songwriter, they give you the most enormous space for fantasy, and you can write anything you want because they don't really exist. Every time I think in my life I've been in a stable place, something or someone will come up and be like, how do you feel about blowing all this up? It's also a fear of growing up and a fear of getting older, because if you regenerate yourself constantly through other people by blowing up, changing everything, you never have to face aging or death.
Oh, I get it, but I really hope for Florence that she does find someone that she can feel whole with, and doesn't treat her badly, basically. I hope that for her in her future, and I know she'll get there. But anyway, she's writing for people that understand, you know. So many people feel like this is a tale as old as time. That was really lovely. Okay, this is the last song now. Been here for an hour and 35 minutes. It's about to be longer. I've not done a video this long in a while, I don't think. No, I haven't. But anyway, it's called Morning, Elvis. Oh, surf vibes.
I never got to see Elvis. The bathroom tiles were cool against my head.
Oh,
I've been here many times before, but I've never made it to Graceland. Should've come with a warning.
okay, number one, what I want to say is Graceland. I've heard that word in Phoebe Bridgers' song Graceland too, and she was talking about a friend who'd come out of like a mental hospital. Is Graceland like a place though, like an actual like, you know, like town, city or something? But yeah, Graceland, obviously the Phoebe Bridgers song Graceland 2 was about someone coming out of a hospital, so yeah. I've always wanted to go to New Orleans.
But my body press my corpse against the wall. If I don't survive the night.
This sounds like a bit of a, like she's been on a binge and it's gone too far and she's actually feeling like she might die sort of thing.
Stage, I'll show you what it needs. But the call, it always comes in the songs like children begging to be born.
Wow.
Anything, anything, anything but this. If I make it to the morning.
Wow.
To be saved.
Wow. Spared. Oh, and then it's a crowd. She made it to the stage and she showed them what it's like to be spared and saved. That's actually a really good ending song for sure. Okay.
Florence Welsh said, I'm obsessed with Nick Cave as a performer, but the performer he's obsessed with is Elvis. So that's how it feeds back to me. I was at home and stuck, and there was an Elvis documentary. It made me remember us when we were on tour in New Orleans. It would have maybe been on the second record. The wheels were really coming off for me in terms of drinking and partying. I just got very in the spirit of New Orleans. I think that's why I want to go, because it seems very lively and fun. But anyway, I was at a party and just went, you all leave without me, I'm staying at this party. I ended up with my dress completely shredded because I'm always wearing these vintage things that basically get just disintegrate. Oh gosh, if you're on a radio, you will come back with nothing. You would have thought things were going so well for me. What was it about me that had such a death wish? I had such little care for myself. It didn't matter what I had done the night before or the week before or what chaos I'd created. I knew if I got to the stage, something there would save me and I would just be absolved. And that song is about that feeling, but also testament to all the performers I've seen turn pain into something so beautiful.
Wow, there's a lot I want to say about that actually. Like, I know we're at the end now and you're probably all tired of listening to me. You know, I also find like you can be doing really well at one point and then when you've got a bit of alcohol in you and you know, you're someone who's a very curious cat, you don't like the feeling of missing out. You know, you don't want to go home, you don't, you know, and you get a little bit less sensible if you're an impulsive person and you end up staying out, you end up doing something or something happens and the next day you go, why am I like this? Why can't I just go home like a normal person and not feel like this tomorrow? Why? And like, in some ways, I believe Florence is that type of person that wants to keep going, wants to stay out and involve herself in the chaos, but ultimately she knows it's not good for her. But when she'd hit that stage, it would kind of be absolved. However, what I was thinking, that can be dangerous though, because when it gets all absolved, that's what makes you do it again. So you continually do it. So yeah, a lot of thoughts about that. But also, it's beautiful too, because you don't want to be living in despair forever. So yeah, gorgeous. And also it's fine to go out and have a bit of fun once in a while, but not if you're doing it all the time. And that's, yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that's the album. Okay. Cool. That's the album. What do you want me to say? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That was absolutely incredible. I can't, my brain. I don't know how to close this because, well, yeah, that was just too good. I guess I'll try by okay, King came on, loved it. Free came on, loved it. Choreomania, loved it. Back in Town, loved it. Okay, what can I keep doing, you know? Girl Against God was amazing, and then Dream Girl Evil just shook me to my core because it was that feeling I get. And then there was a few more songs that felt similar to Dream Girl Evil, Daffodil being one of them. But then towards the end, it kind of had that more classic Florence feel in a way, but with Jack Antonoff's production, which made it slightly different, but made it so beautiful. But I don't know what to say. You know what I think. You know what I feel. I love it. Florence is my new babe. I love her so much. I just think she's fucking phenomenal. Her voice, everything about her is magical, and wow, thank you for pushing me to keep going with Florence. And I did say, like, I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to try, I'm going to keep going. And I did, and you guys helped me along the way. Do you know what? You didn't want to judge me, you didn't want to say, oh, you don't get it, or you weren't rude to me, and that's what kept me on this Florence journey, because you never got mad at me when I didn't like a song. You just told me why you liked it. And you were maybe sad that I didn't like a song, but you were so kind. And that's how we got here to this moment. And, you know, I don't like pressure. I don't like pressure. I don't like people being like, oh, you're not doing this, or oh, that, or oh, this, or blah, blah. Like, no, because I actually don't want to react to an artist when I start feeling the fans are being, like, strange. Someone said on an Aurora video the other day, they said, oh, I just got to the part where you said you want to do a cover of All Is Soft Inside, but don't do it, because why would you want to match perfection? And as much as that's sweet about Aurora, it's also a little bit creepy. It's like, okay, Aurora's not the only good singer in the world, or the only, like, performer that, you know, like some people, and there's people being like, you've forgotten about Aurora, you're not doing Aurora videos. I understand, I get it, but I'm listening to her on my own. The more people pester me and it's all Aurora, it's a lot. I don't want to react if I feel pressured into it, because, well, why would I? Like, it literally feels like I'm having to appease people, and that's not me. So I'm going to do Aurora in my own freaking time. I know I'm saying this at the end of a Florence video, so no one might not, people might not even be watching this, but still, I don't like that. I've been watching her interviews on my own. I've been watching little live bits on my own, but because I saw her live only last month, watching live stuff now just makes me feel jealous, because I want to be back to where I was last month. It's ridiculous, I know, but you know, I just want to do what I want to do, so fuck off. I understand that people love those videos and whatever, but someone said to me, now you've got fame from Aurora, you've forgotten about her. And I'm like, number one, I have not got fame yet, okay? Yet. But yeah, sorry, I'm just blowing off steam here. But anyway, back to this, because this is just oh, I loved it so much. I loved it. And I love you all. Thank you for sticking with me and being a beautiful, most wonderful fan base. Really love you, and I'm part of it now. I've been part of it for a while, but I'm solidified. Anyway, I shall see you next time, and bye!